Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have another 1 to 18 scaled model cars to show you guys. This is a Nissan 350Z, or the official name for this model is the 2004 JGTC GT500 Z test car number 23. So this car is pretty much based on the Nissan 350Z. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, you guys are probably aware that I actually own the 370Z in silver. If you haven't seen my car, then look through my channel. You'll find there is one video of it which I was recording the exhaust sound after I have installed the new exhaust system on my own car. But this one, although it's not a 370Z, but it is still close enough. It is a 350Z and it is a JG touring car GT500C test car number 23. So to cut the long story short, I actually have been looking for this model car for a very long time, maybe too long. I tried to find this car within the UK market, but I just have no luck in finding this car. I've only ever come across this very own color in black or matte black once on eBay, but unfortunately the model, or from the seller, there is a slight damage on the model car, so I decided not to go for it. As you know, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like my model cars to be pristine and absolutely perfect. I think they hold the value better that way. So at the end, I managed to find a Japanese seller, and I have to import this model car all the way from Japan. The model car itself was relatively fairly priced, but because of the import duty tax to import the model car from Japan, so at the end I have to pay a fair amount in order to get this model to add to my collection. But I think it's still worth it. I really like this model, and the model is done very nicely as well. So at the moment I still have this car on the base, which came with the model by AUTOart. It also have a structure frame above and across the entire model to protect it. But for the review video, I've decided to take out the bracket, and also have taken the model car out of the box as well. So as you can see, the model is very clean. I haven't even displayed it once, so it's been living in the box since it arrived to my doorstep, and I thought I would just do a review video just to show you guys a bit of the details of this model car. So if you're considering of getting one of this or the different color variation, then you will know what to expect when the model turn up. But you know, give you a quick summary is I'm very impressed with this model, and I'm very happy with the model car as well. I think it's done very nicely. So a bit of a spoiler alert, which I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this model, and you know what to expect, is this model car is a sealed body, so none of the panels can be opened. The only thing that you could play around with are the wheels. You know, you could spin them, and the front wheels, they do have steering, which is connected to the steering wheel inside, and that's about it. It is more of a displayed model on its own, rather than the ones that you could open the panels to show the engine bay at the front, hopefully, and the side doors, passenger and the driver doors, as well as the rear trunk as well. But this one is all sealed, and this whole model is made out of diecast, so it is not lightweight. It's actually quite heavy. I guess it's just another reason why the older version of the AUTOart models seems to hold the value a bit better, because the whole body is cast out of metal rather than the composite. So when you hold this model in your hand, you can really feel the weight, you can feel the quality of the model car. I'm not saying the new composite model, they don't feel quality, but it's just that they feel a little bit light and fragile in hand. Whereas, you know, when it's made out of die-cast, you know the car is a bit more robust. So like the panels and the body is unlikely to be broken, you know, with a little bump here and there. But obviously I don't recommend you to hit or bump the model at all. You should look after your model very well, and you shouldn't really be playing with the model as well. It's just a displayed item, something that you looked at and to appreciate. And you know, another reason why we all collect model cars is not because we appreciate each and individual models, and the bonus is these model cars normally they hold their value very well. Some of them will go up a few times of this value as well, so it is a good item to collect. So as I mentioned earlier, the entire model car is made out of, well, at least the broad body is made of metal. The light, the windshield, the antenna, and I believe the spoiler is also made out of plastic, so correct me if I'm wrong, but mainly the body is made out of die-cast metal, which is very nice. And you can see the paintwork is also very smooth on this model car. So what I will do now, I think I will stop the spinning top, and then I'll bring the model car a little bit closer so you guys can see the details on the actual model. So what I'll do, I'll try and turn off the spinning top. Here we go. So the underside of the base is just that. You can see the model is being held to the base by the 4 screws, and on the base plate is printed 2004 JGTC GT500C test car number 23. So it's got a similar name, just like the Shelby Cobra, which is also a GT500, but this one is a Nissan 350Z test car. So let's take a look from the front. As you can see, the paint application is very nice. It's all very smooth everywhere, and you can see it's a matte black color. It's very nice. So at the front, where should we start? Let's start from the bottom wind deflector or splitter. You can see the carbon fiber patterns on them, which is done very nicely, very in scale. I know some of the 1:18 scale model, their carbon patterns are there, but the scale is a little bit wrong. You can see the carbon patterns a little bit too large for a 1:18 scale model, whereas this one is pretty in scale. Albeit the carbon texture are molded on the actual plastic parts, so they are not using water transfer or decals to achieve the effect, but still it's done very nicely. Now, above the bottom air deflector or splitter, you can see there are a few air inlet, and I'm not sure if you guys could see, all of the air inlet has the metal vent. So all very details. It's all the way to the inside. has got the metal mesh, and they are all perforated, so that's done very nicely. I'll just zoom in a little bit to show you guys the details. It's very cool. And then above the air vent you have the Bridgestone water transfer sticker, and then a bright yellow tow hook. I believe this is made out of metal. And then you have the Nissan logo or the emblem at the front, and that is a 3D piece. Very nice. And then in front of the headlamp you have the Nismo logo. There's another 3D chrome color parts next to the headlamp. It's very detailed. And then the headlamp cluster, the plastic is actually very clear, and it has a black outline as well. And then the inside is pretty detailed as well. You can see the indicator in orange as well as the main headlamps in chrome. It's identical on the other side. And then on the bonnet there is a big Nissan logo, and on the left and right side you can see the front hood releasing pin as well, so made out of plastic and metal. The pin is actually metal. And then the actual bonnet, you can see there is a center air vent which is perforated, as well as the louvers on the actual bonnet, and they are all perforated as well. You can see right through to the inside, but there is no engine in this model, so you won't be able to see the engine block inside, unfortunately, but when you displayed it, it still looks pretty good. Further up on the bonnet you have the racing number 023, and then you have got some emergency kill switch and warning stickers, and all the way to the windscreen you can see the plastic molding at the bottom and the kill switch right there. And the windscreen itself is done very nicely. It's very clear, and it has a black surrounding with the sun visor sticker which show Nismo on either side, and then the big red Nissan logo in the middle. And there's also a windscreen wiper right in the middle as well, and they left it in that position similar to the Koenigsegg Agera. Its position bang in the middle is to improve aerodynamic. Coming to the right hand side, you can see the slick tire. It's printed on the tire wall, Bridgestone Potenza, very nicely done. And then the actual wheel is chrome, sorry, not chrome, it's gloss black. The brake disc is chrome, as you can see, and it has the metallic effect on the brake disc as well, which is really cool. And the brake caliper is the AP Racing brake caliper, and you can see the brake disc is spin through the brake caliper as well. Very cool. On the wheel itself you can see the Nismo logo as well as the Vogue Racing sticker on the left hand side, the center locking nuts is there. It's very detailed, and you can see on the right hand side it has the red locking nut, front and rear, and on the left hand side they're both blue. So very nice. Here you can have a look at the slick tire as well, and it does have steering, which is connected to the steering wheel inside the cockpit. And then behind the wheel you can see the louvers at the lower bottom half, and you can see the exhaust as well. It's done very nicely. And then there are more perforated air vent on the top half of the hood cover. And then on the side you can see the racing number 23, the Nissan logo, Bridgestone sponsorship, the racing style side view mirror with the reflective sticker. And then the door handle is also half chrome. It's very nice. And then the bottom of the side skirt, you can see it's got the carbon pattern as well. And then there are more sponsor logo by the rear quarter. And then there is another piece there with carbon fiber effect just behind the driver side door, which is done very nicely. And then the very wide flare wheel arch for the rear wheel, and again you can see the slick tire with Bridgestone Potenza logo on the tire wall, and the actual Vogue racing wheel in gloss black, and the red center locking cap. And you can see the brake disc spin through the brake caliper as well. Very nice. The rear quarter window on this model, they have tinted it to matte black. So on a normal on the road car, that would be a clear glass. And then towards the rear, this model for some reason seems to attract a lot of dust. I'm not sure why. So you can see the panel screw, it's all there, and then the brake light. It's quite nice. It's very three-dimensional. Now coming to the back, so you can see the entire rear bumper, including the flare wheel arches, are all molded to the main body, so it's all die-cast metal. There are two indentations. I think it's some sort of vent. And then you can see the massive rear diffuser at the back. And on the left and right side of the Bridgestone logo, you can see there are two vents. And I'm just trying to see whether that is a metal piece or just molded texture carbon. I think they're just molded texture carbon right there. It's pretty cool. And then there's a rear tow hook in bright yellow, and that is metal again. And then the right hand side and left hand side air vent outlet, you can see it has a separate piece of metal, and it is perforated. Very, very nice. And you have the racing number 23 at the back as well, and then the rear trunk locking mechanism in silver, and in the middle you have the Nissan logo and the keyhole. It's very detailed. And then the rear wing, you can see it has the carbon fiber pattern on it, and the adjustable points for the front end of the wing. The wing itself, it also has a Nissan logo on the underside and a big Nissan logo at the top. The rear window, you can see there is another 2 locking pins, and then the Potenza logo in the middle, and then there are 2 troughs here, or air vent, and the entire rear window is painted matte black, and then there's more air inlet at the bottom of the rear windscreen as well. So on the top of the car you can see there is a chrome antenna, which is very detailed, but do remember when you're holding the model, don't accidentally tap on the antenna, because that might snap and fall off, so be very careful with it. And then on the other side of the side window, you can see there's 2 louvers and then a slide open window as well, and it is the same on the driver's side, and you can actually see right through to the cockpit. And just like the driver's side, there is a racing style side mirror with the shiny sticker at the back. And on this side you also have the exhaust outlet behind the front wheel as well, and next to the louvers. It's very, very cool. Now the tricky part is to show you guys the interior, but this being a sealed model, so I'm not able to open the doors to show you guys the interior, but I'll do my best. So from looking through the front windscreen, you obviously can see the dashboard, which has a nice matte texture on it. You can see the steering wheel, and the center of the steering wheel has got the carbon fiber pattern on it, and the steering wheel itself, where you put your hand to hold the steering wheel, that has a nice texture as well. It's like a Alcantara type. And then you have the racing seat, the bucket seat, with white seat belt with the buckle and the Nismo logo as well. So if you come to the driver's side, you can actually see the steering wheel a little bit better. So you can see the C logo in the middle of the steering wheel with some buttons in white, red and green. And you can see the steering wheel itself is textured. And then if you look through the window here, you can see the, trying to focus, you can see the center console has a red gear stick and the gear selector in metallic silver. And then here you can see the 5-point harness on the seat. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's like there. If you look through the hole, it's a 5-point harness. and then you can see the command button on the dash as well. You can see the red and black buttons. Just trying to see. It's quite hard to show you guys the speedometer, but it is actually there. But it's just hard to show without opening the door. There is also another screen, I believe, on the dash, but you can see it on this angle. So coming to the other side, let's see what we could identify from this side. So if you look at the back of the racing seat, that panel you can see it has full carbon fiber texture on it, which is very nice. And there are more details on the passenger side as well. There is this yellow color box, which I'm not entirely sure what that is, but you can see there is a full roll cage inside the cabin as well, and you have the opening door mechanism, and you can see the cage there as well, which is very cool. As the rear window has been tinted matte black, so there is no center rear view mirror. But maybe there is a camera somewhere at the back. I'm not sure where. Maybe underneath the Nissan badge. If it is not a keyhole, it might be a camera or some sort, so that you could see the rear view through the little display on the dash. I'm just guessing. So I think that's about it. That's pretty much all the details on the car. I haven't had the chance to unscrew the model car from the base, but I presume the base would be pretty flat for the aerodynamic. And I think I've covered all the details on this model car. I hope you guys like it. It is a very nicely detailed model car. Considered it is a sealed model, but they still have put a lot of effort on this model. At least you have the fully steerable front wheels, and you could spin the wheels as well. I'm very happy with this model, even though none of the panels could be open, but just admire the level of details on the actual model, and the paintwork is very good. It's quite an amazing model, and I'm really glad I have managed to find this model from Japan. And this model is absolutely perfect, and it is in pristine condition. Just noticed something. There's a difference between the driver's side and the passenger side. So behind the driver's side door, you have this indentation with the carbon effect and the two connectors, I believe. And then on the other side, you have the similar cutout, but this one is closed. So I'm just guessing that would be where you put in the high octane fuel, and that was an option to have it on the left hand side if the car is a left hand drive, I believe, but since this car is a right hand drive racing machine, so the fuel inlet is on the right hand side. And I really like the fact that even though this is a sealed model, diecast model, AUTOart still managed to put in a lot of the metal stickers for the vents for both front and rear, which is very, very nice. And all the other bonnet clips and pins, they are all very intricate and they're all there, especially the antenna is done very, very nicely. Oh, here you can see the panel, the inner panel of the driver's side door. You can see the carbon fiber pattern as well. And there is another blue warning sticker next to the gear shifter. It's very, very cool. Even the brake disc and brake calipers are very, very detailed. So the only thing that I think is missing from this model are the valve caps. For some reason, the valve caps are not there, but that doesn't detract from the model. I still think the model looks pretty amazing. It looks very aerodynamic, and the finish of the model is top notch. So here we are, and another AUTOart model from the older generation, let's say, because they are not composite model. You know, they have their pros and cons. The pro, I would say, is the car is very, very detailed. The body is heavy because the entire body shell is made of die-cast metal. There's a lot of photo etch stickers for the vent, for the front, and for the rear. They're all photo etch stickers. The brake disc and brake calipers, they are all done very, very nicely. You can see the brake disc is actually shiny and reflective. Same as the chrome exhaust behind the front wheel by the door. And same on the other side. The interior is all there as well, albeit you can't open any of the doors, but at least AUTOart still putting the effort to show the details inside, as you can see. And you also have a very nice and detailed antenna, but as I said earlier, be very careful not to break it. And in terms of the, well, we spoke about the pros, so the cons are, first, the car, you can't open any of the doors, which is unfortunate, but it is a display model, so I can't expect too much. Another con would be the valve caps are missing from the wheel. It's very small, but I just want to point out that the valve caps, they are not there. And another con would be, I think it might be because of the model being a die-cast and it has the matte black finish. It seems to attract a lot of dust don't know why. Maybe because the color is matte black as well, so the dust just show up very easily. And another con, if I have to be very picky, I think it would be the carbon fiber effect. I know I mentioned the carbon fiber effects are very in scale, but they are just molded on the plastic parts rather than being wrapped on the actual piece of plastic as the water transfer or decal. So you see the patterns, which is very in scale, but they're just molded pattern. Same as the side skirt, but still looks very nice. So overall, I'm still very happy, and I'm very impressed with the model. And if you are considering of adding a 350Z or a JGTC GT500C test car to your collection, I can strongly recommend it. If you can find one in a decent condition and within reason on the price as well, so good luck. I know this model cars, they also come with different color. I've seen a blue one, and there's another silver and red version. Even the silver and red version, there's two different types. You can tell by the number of air inlet in the middle of the air vent. One has got one, the other has got two. I think the one with two, they are limited edition, and I believe that specific model car also come with a AUTOart authenticity certificate card and a small trophy as well. So depends on what color you would like to add to your collection. I'm sure you'll find you know, the different variation out there, so good luck. And I think that's all from me. I hope you guys like this model car, and if you do like it and you like the video, please give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider to subscribe as well. It will help to help my channel grow further, and then I'll be able to review more model cars in the future as well. So for now, take care, enjoy your model collections, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now, guys.